You're live.
Is this live
You
or
are
is this
live.
Memorex?
This is live or Memorex. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We will start off the way we always do. Hey, look at that Batman shirt. All right, here you go. Ready?
All right.
I pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag,
the
United
United States of America,
and to
to the republic
for
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
with
liberty and justice
for all.
for all.
All right. Check out the shirts we got, man. Kenny Travis bought us these shirts and gave them to us. Rick and Jeff Unfiltered.
Yes, he did. Rick and Jeff Unfiltered.
Thank you,
Play
Kenny.
a little Pretenders.
Kenny can't be here tonight, but he's going to join us a message later.
Message you sent us, all right? So I'm going to start fading out.
On the back of these shirts, it says, "We the people." Just so you know, hey,
We the people.
Did you see
You
that?
gotta squat down. You
Can't tell,
gotta
dude.
just squat down a little bit. You gotta squat down.
A little bit more?
There you go. We the people.
I went back to Ohio.
All right, I'm fading out my music. The Pretenders, My City Was Gone.
Little Kid Rock to start us off.
It is the title of our show. Stand up for something.
It is. Fuck Fauci.
Yeah, you
What
might
was that
wanna-
all about? I don't understand that.
I don't know. Yeah.
I'm sorry, did I
Apparently,
say
Uncle
that
Jimmy
wrong?
liked your butt shot. Uncle Jimmy liked your butt shot.
Hey, you know what? Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. It's time.
Let's go,
for you to
Brandon.
go. It's time for you to go, Brandon. Yes, it is. All right, here we are. We are
All righty,
going to
here
start
we
out
go.
our
I like that
show, our really big show. We're going to talk about our mother. So my brother and I flew down to Florida from California, and that was a fiasco.
Uncle Jimmy
in
says
and of
nice ass
itself.
shot, by the way. Hey, Uncle
Yeah,
Jimmy,
I
how you
saw
doing,
that.
brother?
So I was
Uncle?
telling
Yeah.
you like your butt shot, whatever, but I didn't want to use the word ass. You know,
Yeah.
I thought I might
All
stick
right,
that
there
word
you
now.
go.
So my brother and
Yeah.
I drove. We went down to Florida to help put our mother into a, for lack of a better word,
Memory care
facility,
clinic.
Memory care clinic. Yeah. So
For
my
Alzheimer's.
mom is.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's getting bad. So I showed up. So my
Yeah.
plane was supposed to leave California at like 6:45 or something like that. And my plane got off on time. I flew into Phoenix, Arizona. And before I got on my plane, my sister texted me. She said, "Hey, has your plane been delayed because of all the delays going on in the country?" And I'm like, "I don't know anything about any delays." So apparently our wonderful government decided to I don't know, for lack of better word, shut down the FAA and halt all flying in the United States last Wednesday. And the
Yeah.
first time they've shut down flying since 9/11, since the 9/11 attacks. So, but hey, it's
Yeah.
okay. They got all figured out eventually. So my plane I was flying into Phoenix, like it got there like 10 something or something like that, and I was supposed to fly out of Phoenix to Tampa at like I think 11:30 or 11:45, and they delayed it to 1 o'clock, then 2 o'clock, then to 3 o'clock, then to 7 o'clock, and then finally about 7:35, 7:45, the plane took off to Tampa. I landed in Tampa, Florida about 1:20 a.m. So my sister picked me up. My brother had driven down to Florida
While
from
this was
Tennessee.
going on, I was driving from Tennessee to Florida. It was supposed to be a 10.5-hour trip, and there was a car burned down the side of the road, and a couple
Bunch of
accidents in Florida,
looky-loos.
and it took me a lot longer than 10.5 hours. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
And Uncle
I
Jimmy
got
says he's worried about our mom, and
Yep.
yeah, Uncle Jimmy, we're
Well,
all worried about her, but she's in the place
she's
she
in a
needs
good
to
place.
be in,
Yeah.
and
So
she will get better care there than she was getting at home, because it's just
yes.
tough to
Yeah, it's a
give
tough
them the care that they
situation all
need.
the way around.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I showed up,
So
and my mom and my aunt Sharon were sitting on the driveway patio, whatever you want to call it, smoking cigarettes. And I'm like, "Hey,
mhm.
what are you lovely old ladies doing out here smoking at 1:45 in the morning?" And they're like, "Oh, it's so great to see you." My mom stood up, gave me a hug. Aunt Sharon gave me a hug. We talked. We went in the house. We talked for another 2 hours or so. About 3 o'clock, decided it's time to go to bed. And my mom walked back towards her room, and she knocked on my sister's room because my sister had already gone to bed. And she knocked on my sister's
Mhm.
door, and my sister opens the door and she says, "Is that my brother or my son?" So my mom didn't
Yeah.
know who I was, so that's another reason
Right.
that you have to realize it's time. It's time for her to be in a place where she can get the care that she needs and, be taken care of, and not worry about,
And
what's
we
going
found a
on.
really
So,
good place.
yeah, we did
And
find a
this
good place.
place
Really
has
good
a lot of
people.
activities. Every single day they have activities. They have church services a couple times a week, so worship
Yep.
services, I should say, a couple times a week. So, and my mom hasn't gone to church since COVID, so I'm hoping that she'll
Yep.
start doing that. There's karaoke there a couple times a month. My mom
Yeah,
loves
they have
karaoke.
music and
Um,
other kinds of
they have
activities.
music. They have happy hours where they actually serve
Yep.
drinks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Uncle Jimmy, I've got to go see her. Well, you should, Uncle Jimmy,
Yeah,
but you
you
should wait
should.
a little while.
Yep.
Don't go now. Wait till
We're
next month and go see her. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, and you
Um,
you should take the time and spend the money and the time and effort to go down and see her in about a month or so. She would probably
yeah,
love to see you. So
we she was not happy when we dropped her off. She called me a fucking
yeah,
asshole.
you don't
And
wanna repeat that, but, whatever. Bleep, bleep, bleep,
and
bleep,
she
bleep,
called us
bleep.
all a bunch of son of a bitches.
Yeah,
And she was yelling and screaming. And
yeah,
we got her calmed down. And it took us a couple hours to get her calmed down and got her there. She's still adjusting, and that's going to take a little while.
yeah.
That's why you shouldn't go down and visit her yet, Uncle Jimmy. We're waiting for her to get adjusted now. We
Yep.
went about 4 days in a row, 3 days in a row, and she just wasn't adjusting. And Jeff's
Yeah, we were doing more
wonderful wife,
harm than we were doing good, so
yeah, Jeff's wonderful wife said that her sister put their mother-in-law in a
same
memory
issue,
care clinic,
Alzheimer's,
and they told them, don't come for a week and a half because it takes them a week and a half to settle in and just start. They forget where they lived and they think this is where they live in, and it takes about a week and a half to go through that process where they think
right,
this is just where I live. And
right,
mom was just constantly, when am I going home? When am I going home? When am I going home? When am I going home?
right.
Like constant.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
it's tough. It's tough to do. But we understand. Me and my brother were like very sullen about it. But deep
Yeah.
down, we know 100% this is what the right thing to do.
Yeah, this is
Um,
where she needs to be. She needs to have 24/7 care, so
yeah,
that she can get, all the care that she needs. My sister, there's a lot of things we can say good and bad about her sister, and I don't want to get into that, but the reality is, she's over her head, and I
yeah,
don't think I'd
and
want to take on
that's
that
not a bad thing.
responsibility. Yeah, it's
I
not
was
it's
I
not
was
a
talking
bad
to
thing.
my
It's not
son
anything against her. It's just the reality
no,
is that's a tough job for anybody,
it's a tough job for anybody. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I was talking to my son about it today, and I basically said to him, I'm going to guess probably 50% of the people when their parents get to this point will really do the work and take care of them. There's about 50% who can't do the work
right.
and take care of
Yeah,
them. And
yeah,
it's
and
not one way's not better than the other. It's just the
right,
way it is.
right.
And it's my sister just was over her head and she couldn't do it. And so this is the decision we all made. And
Yeah,
uh
yeah.
and yeah, it's just
So that she could get
it's
a little relaxation time, and she could, focus a little bit more on her own mental health, and mom could get the help that she needs by
yeah.
professionals. Um, so no, he said her caretaker didn't work out. No, her
Yeah, I see
caretaker
that.
is really good, but her caretaker
But her
was only there
caretaker's
40
40
hours
hours
a
a
week.
week.
So she needed
Yeah.
24/7 care. She doesn't need 40
Yeah, and
hours a
her
week. She needs 24/7 care.
and
So
her
yeah,
caretaker at the end was even, yeah, it's time.
yeah, it's
So,
time for her to be
and she
there.
was really good. She did a great job. She went above and
Yep,
beyond. She did a lot of things that she really didn't have to do but she did.
yeah,
Um,
yep,
and she was really great. And but like I said, time as as time went on. You know, I mean, it's just the way this disease goes. It's very sad.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I get here and I think about it, and I get a little um sullen about it, that but I no matter how bad I feel, I always go back to 100%. This is the right decision. Okay.
Right, exactly.
So
And Rick
anyway,
and I have been talking about this for 2 years now. We've been trying to get our mom help, trying to get her into the facility, trying to get it to work out. And there's
yeah.
different issues and concerns and
Dulcie
problems
Bennett is
that
on.
arose.
Hello, sweetheart.
Hey, Dulcie, how's it going? So yeah, so it is what it is. We're there. We got there now. We got her in a place where she's getting taken care of, and it just took longer than we hoped, but we made it. The final destination was where we wanted to be, and we're there. So we got it. So yeah,
Yeah, Uncle Jimmy. We're fortunate that there's that. So, and you know, and who knows, in the future we may have to pitch in there, but it is what it is. We
yeah,
got to do what we got to do. Um,
yeah.
so,
Because it is
anyways,
what's best
that
for
was
her.
that. We don't want to right. We don't want to spend all night rehashing that. We just wanted to explain to everybody. That's what we did this.
Yeah, that's why we missed a
personal
couple
experiences
days,
we're going.
because we're in Florida and we were not able to do our show. So it would have been fun to do our
Right.
show together in the same place, but
Yeah, we
we
thought
didn't really
about it
have the
actually. We just
equipment.
didn't have the time because we were, and
Yeah.
been there, done that, Uncle Jimmy. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
So yeah,
okay, so let's move
now
on.
we're
So,
moving on to the current events of the day. Rick's got a something to share from a guy that gave us
let's
these wonderful shirts. Kenny gave us
oh,
these
let's go
Rick
with
and
that one
Jeff
first. Okay,
Unfiltered shirts.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
start out with that.
So
Get it
Kenny
taken
gave
care
us
of.
Kenny sent us these shirts, and these are awesome. That's what
Yeah.
Rick and Jeff Unfiltered, and I was showing the back when I was doing my ass squat there, Uncle Jimmy. That was on the back. It says "We the People." Kenny's
We
on
the
here regularly. He said he
people.
can't be here today because we're so late. But he did say he'd
Yep.
like to
That's my
throw in his
fault.
2
Just
cents. He
saying,
goes,
just saying.
"Well, it is what it is." And
Yeah.
sometimes some of us have to work, brother. And
Yeah, I'm not retired,
how long
so
is
it
Sharon
is
there
what it
for?
is.
She is there until
I don't know, to be
The
honest with
middle of
you.
March, I think. I think the middle of March, Uncle Jimmy. I'm not absolutely sure about
Yeah.
that, but I think the middle of March. Um,
When does
so yeah,
Uncle
so
Larry Mandorine come over?
Kenny says they're coming over first week in February.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so
So
I'll stop interrupting you
so
so
I'm
you can talk
hoping
about
by then
what Kenny
mom,
said.
mom will be yeah. Oh, well, I don't care. Later I'm going to be interrupting you, so that's just how we do.
Well, that's the way it always
So,
works.
anyways,
So this is why we have the show we have.
Kenny sent
So
me an instant message. Must be nice. I don't know what must be nice, but whatever. Uncle Jimmy, what must be nice? It says, I can't watch tonight, but would love to participate. He says, that $1 billion Biden said he would withdraw from Ukraine if he didn't fire the prosecutor investigating Hunter. Michael Carpenter is on the stage with him. And you can look this up because a lot of people go, I've heard him say, well, where do you see that? I said, all you got to do is Google it. It comes right up.
yeah,
Joe Biden.
it'll come right up.
Ukraine.
Joe
Just put
Biden.
Joe Biden, Ukraine,
Yeah.
and it'll probably come right up.
Yeah. Yep.
He says, well, Michael Carpenter is on the stage with him. Well, those classified documents found in Biden's Penn Center were Ukraine. Some of them were Ukraine classified documents.
Right.
Michael Carpenter is the president director of Biden Penn Center. Coincidence? I think not, Kenny says. And me and my brother, yeah, I don't believe in coincidence for the most part. It happens now and then, but most part, coincidence is a made up thing. Oh, that was just a coincidence. I did. Yeah, that happened. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a coincidence that we found some documents, then 2 days later we found some more, then 3 days later we found some more, and they'll probably find some more somewhere else too. So, it's
They
totally
probably
different
will.
than what happened with Trump, though. That's totally different, because Biden is a more trustworthy person than Donald Trump, so therefore, he wouldn't do anything wrong. I'm sure there's nothing he did wrong with the classified documentation. You and I have some classified documentation, and we're probably going to end up going to jail. I'm just saying.
I remember when I was in the military, and I had a secret classification in the military. It wasn't top secret;
Yep.
it was secret. And I remember,
Dan Smith says the
going through a
garage was
class,
locked.
them explaining to me what it means to have a top secret classification, and
Right.
your
Or a secret
responsibility is to have a
classification,
top secret or a secret classification.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
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 what
I
it
mean,
means to
but
have a
they
secret
tell you
classification.
what it means, no matter what classification
Yes.
you have, what your
Right.
responsibilities are.
And so a
So-
secret is not as high as a top secret, obviously.
Right.
The garage was locked. Stan Smith. Hello, Stan. How you doing?
Yeah.
Well, we got photos. Wayne Thayer's on. Hello, Wayne.
Hello, Wayne.
I'm lacking in my duties here. Bob Wayman is on.
Oh,
Hello,
yeah.
Bob.
Bob Wayman.
So, anyways, in the military, I had a secret classification. They gave us a class on what it meant, what your responsibilities were to have a secret classification, and if you had documents that were classified as secret. And the plane I was working on had some secret stuff on it. Wasn't a lot of stuff, but stuff that's well known now, like the Maverick missile. That was pretty new back then. You can't go out and you can't take pictures of the plane unless you ask them. And they come out and you show them the picture that you take, because we did take pictures of the plane because we had the tiger teeth on the front of the A-10,
Right.
and we would take pictures of the plane
Gotta love
for
the
ourselves
A-10.
and to keep. But they were okay as long as you didn't show the weapons or stuff like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
But what you said, basically, if you take this stuff off the base, you're gone. You're going to jail for a long time. Okay.
Yeah.
There was no ifs, ands, or buts. There was no. Oh wait, here's the one. It was an accident. Biden said, "I didn't mean to do it." Well, you know what?
Like when he's
If let's just say that's true. Let's just say he didn't mean to do it. Okay.
Yeah,
He's
right,
responsible
there you
for
go.
those things. And if you think him being responsible for those top secret stuff, and it was an accident that they could put where other people can see them, he should not be president.
Right.
Plain and simple. And
it gets better. It gets better than that, though. So because they
absolutely.
knew
There's a
that
lot
they
more to
had
go on.
classified documents, and they sent lawyers over to look for classified documents that had no classification to read classified documents, and they found classified and secret and top secret documents. These lawyers that had no classification to look at any of this stuff are now looking for the Biden documents. So
now I heard a blurb today that they did have classification, but then I've heard so much that they didn't. So I don't know what is true, but I'm going to bet they didn't. Stan Smith says I was a battalion security manager, and Jeff, can you put that up on the screen? Because Jeff's smarter than me when it comes to this. It was
battalion security manager in a garage,
not an approved facility for classified documents. I don't care who you are. Exactly, Stan, and
I agree.
That's what I said. And if it was a mistake, this guy does not deserve to hold any office. If he made a mistake like that with top secret stuff, he does not deserve to hold any office in our country. He should go to jail. Okay. And
how do you make a mistake carrying boxes of classified documents out of where they're at to your garage?
So, and then there's going to be the people say, what about Trump? What about Trump? What about Trump too? Okay. Well, here's the difference between him and Trump.
Big difference.
Trump was the president, and he has the authority to take those with him.
Declassified.
Okay? Now he might have still messed up. I don't know all the facts. He might have still messed up and had stuff he shouldn't have. I don't know. Okay. If that's the case, they should prosecute. Okay. But Biden, as vice president, had no
authority,
zero right to take them out of the building. Right. And nobody's even mentioning that. I heard one guy kind of allude to it, but nobody's mentioning it. That's a huge difference. Okay. Yeah. He has zero right to take them out of the building.
Right.
Okay. And he should go to jail just for that. Okay. Accident or not accident. Oh, they fell into my pants. Didn't. Okay, well.
That was Sandy Berger, I believe. Sandy Berger.
That was Sandy Berger. Yeah.
Took a stash of documents, stuffed down his pants, up his pant legs, and they. I don't know how they got there. That was an accident. Yeah. So I was talking to my brother about this other day.
They would have immediately lost their clearance and been placed under investigation. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, talking about losing clearance.
Go ahead, brother.
Well, what's Eric Swalwell of California? When they were going to put him on one of these committees, the secret committees, whatever they're. I forgot. It was National Security Committee. I think he was on something like that. The
Yeah.
FBI went over to the Congress and said, "Look, this guy has a problem. He can't even get a security clearance in the civilian world, let alone what you're trying to put him into." And they still put him on there. And then it was
Right.
after they put him on this national security board or whatever it was that they found out
and-
he was sleeping around with Feng Feng, whatever her name is.
Yeah, and so
China.
he's sleeping with a Chinese spy. We'll get to that. We'll go to China here in a minute after we get done
Yeah,
berating Joe Biden.
battling Joe. Yeah, yeah, because
So
he
so
needs it.
here's
He
what
needs to be berated.
here's what I say too. So I think there should be an investigation into him and to Trump, okay, and find out
absolutely
what the problems are. And if I'm right, then at least Biden should be booted. And I don't know what will happen to Trump because I don't know enough of the details. And the only details that I know about Biden that I know for sure is that as vice president, he had zero right to take them out of the building.
right.
Okay.
And he
Other
has
than
zero
that, I don't know what they
capability to
are.
declassify them.
I don't know whether after the fact, plus Trump's was in a locked vault and these are in his garage.
Guarded by the Secret
garage.
Service. Guarded by the Secret
Locked
Service.
garage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
locked
showed a picture
garage
today of
versus Secret Service.
they showed a picture today of Biden's house with the Secret Service, and there's nobody in the building where the Secret Service was supposed to be. So, anyways,
there is
so
an aerial shot of
if
Biden's
you
house where it
screamed
looked
and
like there's a
yelled,
guard tower. So maybe
if
they're
you
in the
screamed
guard
and
tower.
yelled that Trump should be prosecuted and he should go to jail, you should be screaming and yelling about this too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you're not, you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite.
You are definitely a hypocrite if you're not believing the same way, because there's less capability and less ability to see the documents with Joe Biden
Kwanzaa's
versus
on. Hey, Joe.
Donald Trump. Hey Joe, how's it going?
Yes.
So it's just ridiculous, and they're playing hide Joe Biden, so they can figure out how to get through this time. Maybe a new news cycle will come out. I don't know. Maybe there will be a war break out in Ukraine or something like that. Some shit.
So I got one last thing to say about this before we move on, unless Jeff has something else to say.
Okay, no, I've had enough of it.
I was watching Fox and CNN today, like I do many times.
Oh, this is great. I love
the top
it.
3 stories on Fox. One of them was the secret documents. And anybody who watches CNN knows
classified documents.
The classified documents. They were top secret. So
yeah, some of them were.
Yeah. So anyone who watches CNN knows that when Trump was when he went into Mar-a-Lago, it was top story for weeks. Okay.
Right.
Oh, so on CNN, it didn't make the top 3 stories. And so I'm watching, and about minute 25 of that half hour, they came up with this story. So they can say, hey, we reported on it. Well, you're right. You did.
Yeah.
You waited till everybody saw the top 3 stories and left. And then you
left,
where there's less of your audience did it. And that's the last thing I got to say about that.
So Stan Smith says another wrinkle is that Hunter Biden supposedly was renting the space in the Biden household at the time. Yes. It's true.
For almost $50,000 a month. Yes.
He's such a security risk. Oh no. Yeah. No, is he I don't remember. Is he a security risk? I don't remember. Something something about doing crack cocaine and taking videos of him screwing strippers and leaving a gun that he purchased in a dumpster, stuff like that. And by the way, just because we want to bash on Hunter for a moment in time, the wrinkle in time, in order to buy a weapon, a handgun, part of the background check and part of the application is are you doing drugs or are you on drugs? And,
Lisa Frost is on. Hello, Lisa. You remember Lisa, Jeff?
I do. Leonard
and
Frost
her brother Lenny.
Leonard
Frost. Yes, absolutely.
Leonard Frost.
Yep.
Wayne Thayer says meth lab. LOL. Yeah, probably in the Joe Biden household where the classified documents are sitting in the garage next to his Corvette.
And so what Kenny brought up earlier was they have these top secret documents. Joe Biden's over in Ukraine and he's doing that stuff there. And yet now there's top secret documents about Ukraine in this thing where Joe Biden hangs out and Hunter Biden is right there renting the house and it's in the garage. Yeah, what could go wrong there? I don't know. But anyways, China's part of that too. There's some China stuff in there, my understanding.
Yeah. China.
So I want to reiterate anywhere but China before we start this, because that's
anywhere but
saying.
China.
Anywhere but China. Well, China is their economy is the worst it's been since the 1970s, and they're starting to soften their things. And they're asking the United States.
That was my awe look.
They want. Yeah, exactly. They want the jobs to come back that they lost.
Yeah.
Okay, because a lot of people, because they shut down everything over there for almost 3 years.
Well,
they started
zero
even
Apple.
Even Apple started making about half their phones someplace else now, like Thailand or something, which is probably going to be China anyways.
Well, they're going to build a Taiwanese chip manufacturing plant in Arizona. That's why it's more important for President Joe Biden to find out about the $1 billion chip plant than it is to figure out what the hell is going on the southern border.
Yeah, and China comes up in a lot of this stuff, and I just like I said, they're kind of softening their stance on some stuff because they want some of their jobs to come back. There's documents in there about China, and so I believe that the Bidens have some cash dealings with China, and that they're making some money off China. And I wonder, and I have no proof of this part, if that's why they're pushing so hard for electric vehicles, because all the what's the word I'm looking for? All the material for the batteries comes from China right now.
Yeah.
Because that's where they get all
and
the stuff
solar panels, which brings in Wayne Thayer. We're becoming a solar panel state up there in Maine, apparently. So,
yeah.
It's always been amazing to me. And if you're listening, you need to take heart to this. It seems like the only place that our government wants to put windmills and solar panels is in poor communities, because they say it's going to help the communities and they're going to get better. It's going to help their economy.
Well,
and basically what you need to say to them is this. You know what?
Yes.
Go put your solar panels outside of Martha's Vineyard, or out in the ocean outside of Ted Kennedy's home or something like that. When you start doing that, when you start taking sailboats to Davos, instead of the 134 jet planes that they're taking over there, then you can start talking to me about
1,039 jet planes, brother. 1,039 private jets.
Wow.
Wait, and that gets better.
1,039.
That is the equivalent of putting 350,000 automobiles on the road. And they did it in a week. They did it in a week.
What could
So here's another thing, dude, that I just heard tonight. So Davos has no airport. So they have to fly in 2 hours away to an airport, and they either take a helicopter from the airport or a big SUV to the Davos from the airport, 2 hours away.
Well, you got to keep them safe.
That's on top of the 1,039 private jets.
Nice.
So,
what are they discussing in Davos? How to make the poor man poorer and how to make the rich man richer. Because that's all they care about.
Al Gore was in there screaming and yelling about how much carbon we're putting into the air and blah, 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 blah. That's what I say about Al Gore. He actually mentioned blah, 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 because that little girl there says that all the time. What's her name? Thurman. What's her name?
Uma Thurman. No, not Uma.
No,
Thurman.
Ungar, whatever that young girl.
Yeah,
who's
Greta
the
Greta Thurman. Greta, whatever.
Greta Thurman. Rules for thee and not for me.
Yeah,
exactly.
Smith. Who did a fake arrest?
Blah blah blah. I'm gonna. Yeah, fake arrest. That's right, exactly. And he had brought that up. Oh, I stand with her. No, you weren't standing with her, Al Gore. You were in your private.
Greta Thunberg. Yes, Stan Smith. Thank you much. Thank you very much for telling us who Greta's last name is. We really don't care.
I can't believe this freaking guy is still going. He's the guy back in 1990 said that Florida would be underwater by 2000 or something like that. 2010, wasn't it? 2010. He said before.
Florida
all the East Coast
underwater?
beaches are going to be underwater by 2010. Well, let me think. It's 2023, and they're not underwater. So
And where does
there's Al
Obama
Gore.
have a $15 million home? It's not in the
On Martha's
mountains.
Vineyard, right on the shore,
Oh,
Martha's Vineyard.
wow.
Yeah,
So
so
he must
he's
not
not
be
really
very
worried about it
concerned about
being
global warming or the oceans rising to put Martha's Vineyard
right.
underwater. So, I
Right.
mean, they're all a bunch of freaking hypocrites, and they don't give
They
a
all are.
crap about global
So
warming. They just
if
want to
they
impose
so
rules and restrictions
here's the
on
other
the
thing
American.
I read somewhere. So in this what's it, Davos? Is that what it is? Davos?
That sounds
They
right.
also flew in a lot of prostitutes into Davos. So why is that, I wonder? And then they're saying
Possibly.
they should. So in reality, these guys should be doing this. Why couldn't you do it like we're doing this right here? Have a video thing.
Well, they could have a
know,
prostitute underneath the desk while they're talking on their
Well, the
Zoom,
problem
and
is you can't get prostitutes to come to your home without people finding out. So they can't do
really?
that. Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
Speaking
we'll
of
see.
that, I've told you this story. I don't think I've told it on our show before, but a friend of
Well,
mine
go
who
ahead
will
then. Tell it.
will
You
rename
got a friend?
nameless.
Holy crap, you
I,
bragger.
I got one or two. I am bragging about a friend. So he knew another guy that worked with the presidential detail.
Oh,
You can figure that one out for yourself in Santa
yeah.
Barbara during the Bill Clinton years. So every
Mhm.
time Bill Clinton would come to the West Coast White House in Santa Barbara, they would get a bunch of prostitutes to go to the house for, supposedly for, Bill Clinton and his friends. And then one time, Hillary Clinton came out to the Santa Barbara White House by herself one time, and they got all the same prostitutes.
Yeah.
I wonder what was going on there. So you can
Yeah.
use anything you want from that. I'm just going to tell you the facts, and you can figure out what the facts lead to. How whatever back
Yeah.
room alley you want to lead that down to, whatever. So yeah,
Right.
so this and the sad part is this is our government and the leadership in our government. When you
It's and it yeah.
let's talk Jeffrey Epstein for half a second, right? Why aren't they perp walking the people that were paying these young underage girls to have sex with? Paying Jeffrey Epstein money to have sex with young underage girls. Why aren't these guys being perp walked out there? Why don't we have the list of Jeffrey Epstein
Well,
in front
because
of
we
the
don't
news
need a lot of
media every
suicides
day?
on hand. That's what I'm saying.
Well, Jeffrey Epstein did commit suicide. If you
He
look at
did.
it
So
that way.
there you go.
So
We've been down that
Ghislaine.
road before on this show too.
So, so I mean, if you think about this, I mean, logically think about this, right? If they're not releasing the names of the people, and you're thinking, I don't know, just common sense, maybe thinking that the people that were involved are, I don't know, government leaders and
Yeah.
people in leadership, then maybe you might want to
Bill
realize that
Gates. Oh, wait, did I say that
uh,
out loud? I'm sorry.
whatever. That these men and women are depraved, and they're trying to lead our country and telling you how you are
Yeah.
immoral and you have no value, and you should be discriminated against if you don't want to wear a mask or get the shot. You know what? I'm pretty sure you're doing some pretty nasty crap in your leadership position. So don't tell me that you're taking the high road by getting in a mask when you're, going into the back room in the alleys with these underage kids and experiencing your.
Yeah.
I don't want to go any further on it. It's just
Yeah.
we live in a depraved society, a
But
very
they're,
depraved society.
you got these guys, John Kerry and Al Gore, who've been proven wrong over and over and over again, yet people listen to these idiots. They've said so many false statements, it's not even funny what they say. And it's going to happen, and none of it comes true. Blackmail. Oh, blackmail. Yeah. Wait, I thought he meant blackmail, not black.
I think that's what he meant. I'm just saying, Black Lives Matter. There you go, buddy.
There you
So,
go. All right.
I don't
Well,
know.
speaking of wind turbines and stuff like that, there's some dead whales washing up on the New Jersey beach. I don't know
Really?
if anybody's heard about this, but they're some of the activists down there think that it might be the one they. I think there was the fifth one came up today, fifth one or fourth one. I think it was fifth one came up today,
I
and
not heard
so the difference
that.
is on this one they actually did an
Crazy.
autopsy on this one, and they said it got killed by a boat, and
Killed
but
by
it
a boat?
wasn't the boats going out to do the stuff for the uh, windmills. No, that wasn't those boats. That's just another coincidence that they happened to be out there at the same time.
I typed
So
in whales
anyway,
washing, and it has an autofill for whales washing up on Jersey Shore. There you go.
came
What
right up.
caused New Jersey
Yeah.
whales deaths? More details coming. Yeah. 7 dead
Yeah, there
whales
you go.
washed up on New
Seven.
Jersey
I'm sorry.
Shore.
I misspoke there.
Calls to stop. Let's see. What are they? Calls to stop offshore wind work grow. Whoa. Offshore wind work.
Right.
What would that be?
Yeah.
Windmills offshore?
Windmills.
Wow.
They're trying to put windmills offshore. Yeah. So,
Oh, yeah.
but
And
that's
they're
a
still
that's a
not
better
doing
way
it
to
in
go.
Martha's Vineyard. Still not doing it in
No,
Martha's Vineyard? Yeah, well,
no,
that's too bad.
no.
Maybe,
And
well,
and
they send up 40 illegal aliens and they all freak out and panic and call the National Guard. So can you imagine if they had 2 whales wash up on the shore out
yeah,
there?
yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well,
there's
I
whales
always
on the
say
beach.
we
Oh my
should
gosh.
find an energy that's cleaner than gas and diesel. But until you do, don't tell me I have to change. Until you find something that's
Yeah,
close to comparable, don't tell me I have to change because you
right.
fucking people are. My bad, did it again.
Oh,
You people are driving around these big SUVs, flying around in private jets, telling me I gotta not drive my car. Are you kidding me?
right.
You just put up enough emissions flying your one private jet to Davos, that my car will take 10 years to put out. One trip.
Probably will. Yeah. Yeah.
I digressed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's time to digress a little bit because
Anyways,
I mean, these people, and then the reality is the countries that are producing the most pollution. There's a great video online of a representative from Great Britain who, yeah, they're coming for your gas stove next. Yeah, they can have my gas thrown over my dead body.
yeah,
So there you
when they
go.
come in, I'm gonna have it turned on, only there won't be any flame, and they can come in and get it if they want
Yeah,
to. There you go.
it'll be well.
Actually, I don't have a
Yeah,
gas
yeah.
stove, so
There you go. You already
I
lost
guess I
that.
can't do
That's all right.
that. I'm gonna go
So
buy
guys,
one now just because.
yeah, you should. Yeah.
So,
So
that was a thing too. So, did you see that Wyoming made a new bill that there will be no more electric cars sold in Wyoming after 2035. No more
nice. That's kind
electric
of like
cars.
opposite of
That,
California, right?
right, because Wyoming has a big oil business there. A lot of oil can come out of Wyoming if someone would let it. And so, yeah, they're just basically
Yay.
sticking up their middle finger to California because New York followed California. I think Virginia even did it just recently. I think Virginia even did it. So
Virginia's in a
I
lot
don't know.
of
Let's
trouble
look that
right
up. How many
now.
states have? Well,
Virginia's in a
yeah,
lot of
there's some
trouble. I
stuff
think
going on
I think
there.
yeah. So they're having a lot of problems in their educational system, and they're starting to get exposed. The exposés are coming out, and the monkey do is going to hit the fan and cause a really nice ruckus. So it ought to be fun. So
The monkey
let's
dude's
see
hitting
what
the
happens.
fan, huh?
The the ship cargo, the ship high in transit cargoes, gonna hit the fan. So I don't know if you ever heard that joke, but it's not true, but it's a good joke. So the origin of the word shit, right? So
Let's see.
have you ever heard that? Have you ever
California.
heard that joke?
What's that?
Have you ever heard
Have
that
you heard
joke
what?
where the word shit comes from? So
No, where does it come from?
the idea is that back in the old days, they used to the cow manure would go to the bottom of the boats when they were traveling, right? And then it got mixed in with the water and started creating a lot of gases and would cause explosions on these ships and stuff like that. So they figured the solution for that is to package this but to ship it high in transit. So it's high up off the bottom of the boat, and they're SHIT is where the word comes from. It's not true. It's a total fabrication, but it's kind
Right.
of fun to realize
Right.
that's
Yeah.
that's where they think that it came from. So,
So
or
it
as
says
Stan
here we
Smith
got
says,
California,
secret high intensity training. Yeah, that's shit.
secret
Dude.
high intensity training. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shit.
there you go.
There you go. So it says
Shit is gonna hit.
California, Washington State to follow California, Virginia could follow California, New York State. They got those 4 states right now who are at least thinking about doing. I can't imagine Virginia doing it with a Republican governor there. But hey, you never know. He's fighting because their schools decided they weren't going to let the kids know that they deserved awards, so the lesser kids could get into college the same as them. I mean, you can't make this crap up. You just can't. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous. So
I'm sorry. Did they not get a trophy? Well, they didn't deserve one. There you go.
yeah, because they didn't
And
work
failure
hard
is
and
part of
study
learning
hard.
to grow up. Yeah.
Wow, what? Can you repeat
So-
that? I didn't think I heard that.
Failure is
you-
part of
seriously.
growing up. It's a lesson you learn and it helps you grow up. Okay. If
Right.
you never fail at anything, you don't achieve for anything higher. So yeah. I remember there was a commercial few years ago. The guy says, participation trophy, we came in first place. Well, no, we don't keep score. Oh no, and he writes on it. We came with first place. He wrote. The dad did. That was a while ago. I bet you they freaking take that right off the air now.
Probably, yeah. Like you're making people uncomfortable. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I was looking for there's a place in the Bible where it talks. I'm pretty sure it's in Genesis. So where it talks
Yeah.
about the rainbow, right? The rainbow. So the rainbow basically is a sign from God that says he never again will flood the earth. So anytime it
Right.
rains, the covenant that God made with man is that I will show the rainbow to basically remind man and remind me that I will never again flood the earth with water, right? So that's the whole
Right.
purpose of the rainbow. But the LGBTQ blah 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 XYZ.
Oh, there's another
PDQ.
story I just thought of too.
No,
Elemental
that's
P,
where
the alphabet,
where
the
I'm
alphabet
going.
group.
That's where I'm going.
Alphabet group.
So they they decided they wanted to wrestle away the idea of a rainbow with God and make that their symbol of the LGBTQ blah 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 organizations, right? So the great hockey league, the NHL,
There you
decided they're going to force their employees, their players, to wear a rainbow shirt, and
During warm-up.
amazingly enough, there's not an American in the NHL that stood up. There's a Russian. Was it a Russian or where is he from?
It was
Some foreigner
I'm pretty sure it was Russian. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
he was Russian.
who
He's
said,
a Greek,
"You know what?
Greek Orthodox, he said he was.
Right. I am going to refuse to wear the rainbow shirt so that I can honor my beliefs and my religion and not basically do that. So
Right.
so we in America have a right to freedom of speech and freedom of religion, freedom from religion, however you want to look at it. They talk about the separation of church and state, but they don't have a problem
freedom to do
mandating
whatever
you
you want,
wear
basically.
yeah, they don't have a problem mandating that you wear a rainbow colored shirt to support the LGBTQ community. But you know what? This is not America. If you're told that you have to wear a rainbow shirt, that is not freedom and that's not America. And we have a constitutional right and we have the ability to say, you know what? No, I am not going to do that. I don't care what you say, what you think, what you believe. If you want to believe that, that's totally on you. I choose not to believe that. My idea of the rainbow is a covenant between God and man to say that he is no longer ever again going to flood the earth to wipe out all of mankind, right? So you
Right.
can say whatever you want to say. You want to, adopt the colors. I don't really care. I am not in support of that because the rainbow is God's symbol, not the LGBTQ XYZ.
Right.
company or organization
Exactly.
or whatever.
The alphabet
So,
people. So Joe Palonza says, speaking of shirts, nice Rick and Jeff shirts. Thank
yep,
you, Joe. Kenny, the guy who's usually on here, but he's not on here tonight, sent us
yep,
these shirts. So it says
yeah,
Rick and Jeff
yeah. Rick
Unfiltered.
and Jeff
And on the
Unfiltered.
back it
Got the
says
American
We the
flag on there.
People.
We the people. Yep.
Yeah.
So my brother played the We
So
the People.
you were saying
song.
that, and it reminded me of a story when I was in the military. Okay. So back then, they would have a base party. And I'm like, well, I first got there. I'm thinking, yeah, all right, a base party, man, let's go. And then we have a meeting, and they're letting us go, and the base party's over here, and it's mandatory that you go. It's mandatory that I go. Yeah. Are you going to make me have fun while I'm there? No, you have to go. And I didn't go. I could have gotten in trouble for it. I said, fuck you. I'm not going. I'm effing everything tonight. Yeah, we're gonna beeping all this crap
Got a
out.
little Morse code going tonight.
Yeah,
we're not gonna get anything out.
Yeah.
This is Rick and Jeff Unfiltered. If you don't like it, I don't care.
So, anyways, I wouldn't go, and I just said, I'm not going to go until I get in trouble because I wanted to go, and then they told me I had to go, and I said, no, not going. And so there.
That reminds me of something else that happened in the last 2 years. When they were trying to work with a Chinese communist Wuhan flu, and they decided they're going to work on a vaccination for it. And, everyone's like, "Oh, I don't want to take the vaccination because Trump made it." Like Trump was sitting in the laboratory putting together some medications.
Well, if it was Trump, there would have been bleach in it and stuff like that. I think so.
Oh my God. So at that point in time,
I'm pretty sure it wasn't Trump. That's my point.
I was like, "Hey, hook me up. I'll take the thing. I don't mind. I'll take it because I know Trump didn't make it. So hopefully it's going to be something that's going to protect us against this Chinese communist Wuhan flu, But no. Then Joe Biden comes in the president, and suddenly it's a mandatory thing. I'm like, you know what? It's kind of like Rick.
And he's taking credit for it too. That was the other thing.
It's kind of like Rick being mandated to go to the base party. I'm just like, you can kiss my room.
Exactly.
Kiss it, spank it, slap it, whatever. But it's like, I'm not going to do it. I don't care. You can sue me, send me to jail. You want to boycott me, whatever. I don't care. I'm not going to take it.
Speaking of stuff you're not supposed to do, America. There we go.
Yeah.
Said it.
Because we live in America.
America. We live in America.
The United States of America. The most tremendous, free, popular, incredible country in the world where everyone wants to come to, because you don't see millions of people flooding across the border into China every year. Or into Russia.
Or Mexico, or to get to China.
Well, they go through Mexico, but they're not stopping in Mexico. They're trying to get through Mexico to come to where? The United States of America. So thank you.
Speaking of that,
go ahead.
What just happened in California about 350 miles from the border? They had an execution. The sheriff there thinks it's from the cartel. They killed a whole family. They killed a 6-month-old baby, her 16-year-old mother, that girl's 70-something-year-old grandmother, and they execution style. They killed them.
Mexico or California?
So it was in California, 350 miles from the Mexico border. I wish I could remember the exact city it was in, but the sheriff up there, he's blaming Biden. He says, you know what? This is affecting everybody in our country. This is affecting, and you know what I say about the cartels? They're the fentanyl coming over by itself is enough for me to say, you know what? We know where they are, and we just go bomb them. You know what? You're the cartel.
Yeah.
We're declaring war on you because you declared war on us with fentanyl. What was that?
That's all I got.
Your AR-15?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Got a little knife in there to back it up. If you notice, there's directions on the mat on tell you how to take it apart and put it back together. So
yeah. Sweet.
Anyway.
So anyways, so that's happening, and so nobody cares about the border. I had
Hey,
a friend a while back that said that he runs a restaurant in New York. He goes, you know what? The Mexicans are the best workers. I don't care if they come here illegally. I said, well, you will someday. And I haven't
yeah,
heard from him in quite a while. But he's living in New York area, so I'm thinking he probably doesn't think that so much right now. I could be wrong.
yeah,
But yeah.
could be wrong. Maybe he'll come on our show and tell
Mhm.
us his story. So
Yeah, I doubt
yeah,
it. Him and his brother used to go back and forth all the time on Facebook, and I haven't seen either one of them on there in quite a while, actually. So maybe
maybe
they
they
double suicided. I don't know.
probably don't want to say that too loud. I'm just saying, there's a lot of there's a lot of Clinton personnel that have committed
Well, I didn't
suicide.
mention their name, so that's good. We didn't. Yeah, we didn't have to go down that road. Oh wait, I'm sorry, you guys. But
Yeah.
anyway.
Anyway.
Oh,
Oh,
but
you
yeah,
mackerel. What a joke. Yeah, we as
I
Americans,
think.
we need to stand up for, what's right. We need to stand up for the Constitution. We
Mhm.
need to stand up for the government. This is the only country in the world where you have the freedom to be able to say, I believe in Jesus Christ as my Savior and Lord, and that's it. I don't care. You don't like it, too bad. Right? You want
Right.
to disown me or you don't want to listen to me, that's okay. It used to be a time back in the day when you could say that and somebody like, all right, whatever, I don't care. I'm glad you're a Bible thumping idiot, whatever. I'm like, yep, whatever. You want to call me Bible thumping idiot? I don't care. But today it's like, let's beat the crap out of each other because I don't like the fact that you said you believe in Jesus. Well, I don't like the fact that you said I don't believe in Jesus. It's like, you know what?
Yeah.
We are
You
in
don't
a
believe in him? I'll
country.
believe in him.
Yeah,
It's all right.
it's not that hard. It's not difficult.
Yeah.
You don't like what I say? Change
Mhm.
the channel. Turn it off.
Yep.
Stop watching me.
Remember that? Was it last week I said that thing about Ronald Reagan said that if you vote with me 80% of the time, you're my friend. You're not 20% my enemy.
Yeah, you said that.
Someone mentioned that.
I didn't.
Someone mentioned that. Like I think it was Jim. What's that guy's name? Jim Jordan. Is that his name?
Jim
He's
Jordan.
the
Yeah, yeah,
Republican.
yeah.
I
I'd
think he
say,
said that the other day. He said,
yeah.
"Yeah, I stick with Ronald Reagan. If you vote with me 80% of the time, you're my friend." Carrie Hannafin. Hello, Carrie. Clinton personnel. You
Personnel.
guys
You guys
crack me
crack
up.
me up.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad we
Well,
make someone laugh.
somebody
That's our
cracked a few
goal.
skulls in the Clinton era. Just saying.
Yeah.
double double
Yep.
tap to the back of the head. That was a most
But I mean,
inconvenient suicide in the four corners of nowhere.
if more people thought like that if you vote with me 80% of the time, you're my friend. There'd be a lot less of this. Any like a lot less of this now. If you disagree with me on anything, I don't like it.
Right.
That's the way it is
Right.
right now.
Yeah. I can't
And matter of
talk
fact,
to you.
right. As a matter of fact, and then the people who do that get hypocritical about it when you call them out about well, something they did that I don't like you about. Like when they went in they told that cake maker they had to make the cake for the gay people, and then they said, well, okay, we're done. Nobody's going to buy stuff from these people anymore because they did this, blah 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 blah. But then on the other hand, they say, well, you should be able to. What was that thing I'm thinking about? I lost my train of thought.
Lost your train of thought. Wow, just whistle. The
So,
train
you're
left
right.
the station on that one. Woohoo! Woo,
Yeah.
woo.
So it was the Facebook thing, and
Yeah.
and so now you want to say, well, you shouldn't be able to tell them. So you shouldn't be able to tell them. You shouldn't be able to not say you don't want to make a cake, but I should be able to tell you can't say this on Facebook. That's hypocritical.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't think both ways. I mean, you can't. I say that, but people do. They truly do.
Right.
They think that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's okay when it's what I want, but if it's not what I want, I'll do whatever I want. And
Right.
that's part of the everyone gets a trophy. Crowd
That's
right
the
there. It really is.
Machiavellian way. Tell the people what they want to hear and do what you want to do.
Machiavellian. Wow, that was awesome, brother.
Machiavellian
I'm
way
glad-
from the prince.
You was reading the
Machiavellian
dictionary last
from
night,
the
wasn't you?
prince. Well, that's the prince. That's the and here's the funny thing: the people that read these things, they're going to the elite colleges, right? I mean, I
Right.
don't remember, and maybe Carrie Hannafin can correct me if I'm wrong, but because maybe my brain just took a fart and left it all behind somewhere. But I don't remember reading any of this stuff in Windsor High
maybe?
School. Yeah. Well,
No.
I mean,
Oh no, there
I,
was nothing
I,
like this going on back then.
right. I learned about this when I went back to college and, was at Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo, right? So, you get
Mhm.
into the higher echelons of education and they teach you this stuff. And, like I said before, I was working with a guy who was a ultimate liberal. He was openly gay, and his boyfriend was a black gay guy who worked in the Pentagon, right? So, but
Right.
basically, he said, "Look, people are too stupid to govern themselves." And he's talking about
Yeah.
in Ireland, right? And that's when I
Right.
realized that's his thought about Americans that aren't
Yes.
liberals. They're too stupid to govern themselves, so therefore they shouldn't be able to vote or to elect somebody or to run for office or any of that stuff because they're too stupid. So we're all
Well, and
just a
that's the
bunch of
thing.
dumb white hicks. And he's a smart white hick because he's basically from a farm in Iowa or
And
something like that. But he went to
and
one of
here
these
and
elite
here's what
colleges and he thinks he's a smart guy. So
and here's what my friends on the left don't understand. They want government censorship, and government should not be in our lives. Okay,
no, they should. That's the
that's
whole point of
they
the
should not be
Constitution.
making decisions for me. Whether I want to own a gun, whether I want to be on Facebook, whether I want to listen to this guy or that guy or this girl or that
Right.
girl. They should not be making that decision for me.
Right.
And once we allow them to do those things, then my friends on the left are going to go, "Oh my God, I can't believe that the government is taking over everything," and that I didn't want this. Well, no, you did. Okay, but
Right.
now it
You asked.
affects you. It's not just the things you don't like; it's also the things you do like, because
Right.
our government doesn't stop. And like I told my brother this before about the Second Amendment and the way things are, and I said, you know, I wouldn't have problems with some gun control, except I know if we give them a little bit, they take that, then they get a little bit more and get a little bit more, and they just start going down that road. Pretty soon, they're taking our guns like Australia, and the China will come in, and we will have no one to stop them because we don't have all our guns. So
And do you
anywhere
remember
but
what I
China.
told
That's what
you?
I say.
You remember what I told you was my perspective on gun control?
I don't know. Probably no gun. There should be no gun control. I don't know.
Well,
Man.
what
Probably.
what kind of weaponry should I be able to have in my house?
Oh, an
Anything I want.
F-16 or anything you want.
Hey,
Yeah,
if I can fly it, why not? Why shouldn't I be
that's
able to own
right.
an F-16? Have a
There you
tank or
go.
armored tank or armored personnel carrier or a
I used to
M50
know
or
a
an
guy. I used to know a guy who
M60.
had a cannon in his backyard.
Yeah. Hey, why not?
And every now and then, the kids in the neighborhood would piss him off, and he'd fire it off. I mean, he
Just
didn't
with
put a shell in it,
gunpowder.
but he
Yeah.
just
Well, as
boom.
far as we know, somebody 4,000 miles away or might beg to differ with you.
Yeah. Where did that come from? Yeah. Oh
Have you
crap!
have you
Bruce
ever
Whitney,
seen
what was
that
it, Jack
movie,
Whitney's name?
Sweet Home Alabama?
Correct, Jeff.
With,
Just in college. Yeah, just in college, not in Windsor. Carrie Henneman. Yeah, Sweet
yeah.
Home Alabama. The movie Sweet Home Alabama. No,
So
I may have.
it's
I
a
don't know. I can't.
it's a movie down south. I forgot who the actress is. She's really cute, but they reenact the Civil War, right? And one of the things that
Yeah.
they did was they had cannons in their backyard, and they would shoot anvils out of their cannons. So this one house, they're practicing or reliving the shooting of the anvil out of the cannon, and the guy goes in the backyard, boom, and you're woo, 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 woo. And we're like, whoa, everyone, wait, what's going on? There's a big anvil laying in the middle of the yard. All right, boom, look out, here comes another one. Like, yeah, I guess that's what they used back in the Civil War. Anything they could get their hands on, they'd fire off anvils or metal or whatever they
and
could throw in the cannon.
and that
So
reminded me of a story from Windsor High School, which I have no idea why it reminded me of this story, but it just
Reese
did.
Witherspoon, thank you,
Reese
Stan.
Witherspoon.
Stan is the man of
So-
the action there. He's got all the people that we forget. So
So
thank you,
shop
Stan.
class in Windsor, this kid's running the bandsaw and cuts his finger off, and they got to rush him to the hospital and put it back on. And so there was a kid in the class. He's in a class, shop class, two classes later, and he's showing everybody what happened. And he literally cuts his finger off.
Oh, my,
He did this. Yeah, he did exactly.
just like that. Oops. There we
Yeah,
go.
it's exactly what he did, just like that.
Hey,
Yeah.
look, it's gone. Oh, well, there
Look
you
at that. I
go.
better go to the hospital now. I'll see you guys later. And I don't remember who it
Oh,
was. I just remember it happening.
speaking
Maybe
of
Carrie
that, I
Hannaford
was,
remembers that or something.
yeah, maybe. He probably does. He knows everything. So I was visiting a friend of mine in Oregon, and I was upstairs working on my computer, and I was ow, ow, ooh. I'm like, dude, I go running down. I'm like, you okay? He's like, I just cut my finger on a circular saw. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have to show me what you did because I need to be knowing if I'm looking for parts or something. So but he
Uh,
literally cut his fingernail right off to the bone
oh, wow.
on his finger. I was like, "Ooh, that."
Cut the tip
I
of his
said,
finger off?
"Didn't cut no, cut the fingernail. Didn't the
Just
rest
the
of the
nail.
finger was there, just the top
Oh,
of the
wow.
nail." I was like, "Yeah,
Wow.
that's gonna
That
hurt
was
for a long
lucky. That was lucky.
no, it
Yeah.
wasn't Rick Cartwright. I'm pretty sure, Carrie. I'm pretty sure it
No, it
wasn't
wasn't
Rick
Rick. Hey, Kenny, Rick Cartwright was the best man at my first wedding, just so you know.
Carrie.
He was a
Carrie.
little out there, that guy.
Yeah, I
So
could tell you a story about riding around
oh,
with
we
Rick
can tell you
Cartwright.
tons of stories about so I'll tell you
I'm
one
not
real
gonna
quick about
repeat
Rick
that. I
Cartwright.
don't know what the statute of limitations is on that, but I'm not gonna repeat it
So
on the airway. That's for
so
sure.
so I won the batting title. I had the highest batting average for our baseball team when I was a senior, and I got a trophy. I get to keep it for a year and
Oh, you got a trophy.
whatever. And
Trophies, love it,
yeah,
other
and
brother.
Rick Cartwright and I were not a big fan of Gary Vale because
Oh,
well, he
Gary
played all his
Vale.
favorites and he didn't play me very much, and then he ended up playing me a lot because I had the best average on the team. Anyways, long story short, I take the trophy home, I break it, I get one of my Little League trophies, I put it on top of the thing, I give it back to him. Rick Cartwright goes in. He takes Vale's phone off the hook and pees on it and puts it back on the hook.
So you gotta get a little bit more detailed. So he has one of those phones that has the screw off ends, where you have the
Yeah.
speaker and the microphone. So you unscrew
Yeah,
the
he's
end, he unscrews the end, pulls
peed
the
in it and put it
speaker out,
back on.
pees in it inside the phone, puts it back together, and hangs it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Carrie knows this story, yeah.
yeah,
And Stan
yeah,
Smith, I know a lot of Cartwright stories. Oh, we got tons of them. Me and
yeah.
Rick were really good friends back in high school, and we did a lot of things together. And Jeff did a lot of things with him. The office smelled like piss for a week. I wonder what Vale did when he picked it up. Hey, what the?
Why is there fluid dripping out of the phone? Who's calling me? Rick Cartwright's on the other. Coach Vale, are you there? Coach Vale, can you hear me? Put the phone closer to your ear. I can't hear you.
I can't hear you. Put it closer to your mouth.
Yeah, those are Rick retired as
a
BDCSM. What is that?
BDCSM. He was a officer in the Army, right, Stan? Rick had to see the professional counselor after that one.
Was that Gary Vale's brother or something?
I don't know. They had to hire someone new for that one because the counselor in Windsor wasn't good enough.
I can't help you with that one.
Brigadier Sergeant Major.
Brigade.
Okay.
Come on.
Brigade Sergeant Major. I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't know where is he. Do you know if he's still in the Binghamton area now? Stan, after he got out, he was enlisted. Yeah. Someone told me he was an officer. There was a guy down there in the it used to be the Kmart Plaza before they moved out, and he had the tanning shop down there. And he said he was friends with Rick in high school, and he told me he was an officer or something like that. But Rick was a good guy. We had a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, he's a high-ranking guy. So
yeah.
When you make Sergeant Major, you got a lot of stripes. I'm just saying.
Sergeant Major's pretty good. Yeah, no Virginia area now. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool. Is he on Facebook or anything, Stan? I'd like to get a hold of him. I really would.
He doesn't want to get a hold of anybody. He's got too many stories.
No,
Like,
well, and
I don't need any of that
there's a
stories coming out.
then there's a story. Him and Jeff Jeff had his 10-speed bike with him, and Rick says, "Oh, we'll tie it behind the car,
No.
and we'll
Oh, that was.
and
I don't care.
we'll take it home." And Jeff's like, "No, it'll fall down." Rick goes, "No. Me and Rick do this all the time." And he gets in the car, he takes off, the bike falls down. Jeff's yelling,
Dragging down the road.
Because,
my
don't
jet
worry, it'll
It'll
pop back
pop
up.
back
It'll pop back up.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yes, he is on Facebook. Well, I'll have to look him up then. Yeah,
I don't
sweet.
think I've seen-
And well, you know what? We're an hour and 5 in. We're having a lot of fun, but we should
Yeah.
probably go. And
We
thank you,
should-
Stan.
we
I'm
should
going to look
shut it
Rick
down.
Cartwright up for sure. And if you see him, if you talk to him on Facebook, whatever, let him know I'm looking for him.
Tell
And
him to look him up.
because I'd love to see him,
Or
man.
avoid him,
We had
whatever
so
you wanna
much
do.
fun in high school. I'm telling you, we did a lot of stupid stuff. Fun guy for sure.
Yeah, see there, Terry's
Speaking of
telling you we're
Windsor, the Super Reunion at Mount Top.
super
At Mountaintop, July
Top
22nd at 4 p.m.
4 p.m. Yeah, there you go.
Well, I am in Tennessee.
Terry.
Hope to see if I can get up there.
So
Yeah.
the 5 people that are watching our show today can know that Windsor High
Janet
School is gonna have
R.
a
Janet
super
Rick
reunion.
Cartwright. Okay. Yeah.
Must be married, huh?
Yeah. So anybody from Windsor, go there, and I'll try to get there. I will.
Yeah.
I'll have to see. I haven't been to a class reunion in a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I
but,
think I
yeah.
made did I make the 10th or the 20th? I don't remember. That was a long
My
time
class
ago.
will be coming up on. Let's see. What do we have? 79, 89, 99, 09, 19. Ooh, we'll be in 24. We'll be 40, 45 years. Wow, we are fucking.
Yeah, but they're gonna do
We're
it. They're
old.
gonna do it this year. Yeah. You're gonna be 24 years. So
Love to see you both. Yeah, it's a little harder for my brother to get there than me. But yeah, I can get my car and drive there in a day. But yeah,
I think
Jeff's
it's
gotta-
more than
Jeff's gotta
25
fly
years
out.
for you. I'm just saying. So
no, I said 89, 99, 90, 89, 99, 09, 19, 45. 45
that's
years for me.
I thought you said 25. I'm like, I think
Yeah,
that was wrong.
You're getting
but if
old.
you
You're
said-
getting old. You're getting hard of hearing, I think, brother. So there you
It's
go.
kind of hard to not hear in these things, because they kind of muffle the things and they point the sound right down your eardrum. So it's kind of hard not to hear anything. But,
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, all right.
But we
Well,
can-
I think it's
we can listen to
time
the
we get
recording.
going here.
So we want to
And,
thank
it
all
was-
our what are we thinking? Oh, we're talking about all of our military personnel. We want to thank you for your service and your sacrifice. God bless you. God bless the police officers and the first responders and the firefighters. And we really appreciate you. We stand with you and we stand with America. So God bless America. God bless you all. It's great to have you here. And we hope and pray you have a great night.
Oh,
God
Janet Rick Cartwright is watching now. Hold on.
Hold
a
on,
minute.
all
It says
right,
Janet
hold
Rick
on.
Cartwright is. Rick Cartwright. Hang on. We're gonna pause this. And how the hell are you,
Uh-oh.
Rick Cartwright? Good show, guys. Enjoyed it. Stan says, but Rick just got on. Well, Rick, I'm gonna send you a friend request as soon as I get off here, and which we're gonna be getting off here in a second. Yeah, it's good. I'd like to get a hold of you somehow and have a chat. So, anyways, wish we could stay longer, Rick.
All right.
We'll be on here again on Saturday night, right, Jeff?
Yeah. God bless you all. God
Yeah.
bless America. And America is the greatest country in the face of the planet. And read the Constitution of the
Yes.
United States and know where your freedoms come from. Because God grants
Yes.
you
God
the
bless.
freedom.
God bless our troops, and may God keep them out of harm's way.
Yes.
Love everybody. Thank you for showing up, and God bless everybody. And I know
Time
Rick
to
Cartwright
go.
liked Cheap Trick.